Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we are continuing our season preview series today as we're heading out to the Minnesota area. The Minnesota Wild are next on our list. Make sure, if you guys have not already, make sure to check out the rest of our season preview series. We're going through all 32 of the National Hockey League teams, so make sure to check them out. But today is going to be kind of a short one with the Minnesota Wild. So the Minnesota Wild, unfortunately, had more losses than really additions. They got rid of Cam Talbot. There was a situation there with Fleury, signing an extension. Cam Talbot would no longer be there, so Talbot is gone, and Kevin Fiala is off to Los Angeles. So with that being the case, the only real significant addition here for the Minnesota Wild is what they got in return from the Ottawa Senators for Cam Talbot, and that is Filip Gustavsson. Filip Gustavsson comes in and is a pretty good goaltender. He's going to be the backup behind Cam Talbot, and he's still very young, and if things go the right way, Filip Gustavsson could be the next starting goaltender there in Minnesota, along with a Jesper Wallstedt, which, of course, you have to mention. So that's kind of where the Minnesota Wild are at. Not really much to report other than that. It was re-signing some of their depth pieces, which they were able to do. And for the most part, this team is going to be a little bit younger, right? You're going to put a lot more focus on a lot of the guys in the second, third, and fourth line. How capable are those guys, especially with Fiala not being there? And this is something that Bill Guerin has been clear about. He still wants to add another winger to the roster. So don't be surprised here before the beginning of the season if the Wild do add someone like that. And of course, I'll let you guys know. I'm looking at some of these guys like Brandon Duhaime, Matthew Boldy, Freddie Gaudreau, Tyson Yost. What are those guys capable of? Because we know what some of these other guys are, Joel Eriksson and Kaprizov. We know what they're capable up front. But behind that, where are they getting that secondary depth scoring? And that's where you had a Kevin Fiala. And that's where you need to see more from a Jordan Greenway. I think the Minnesota Wild have a very good hockey team. I have them winning the division next year. That doesn't necessarily mean they're the better team than everybody else in that division. I just think overall, next season, they will have the team that wins that division and will go on a pretty long playoff run. Again, it's kind of one of those things where Minnesota kind of disappoints in the playoffs, and I know you guys are disappointed with that. But this is kind of where the Wild are at. Last year was kind of not a shock season, but a season that maybe, the rebuild was a little bit ahead of schedule, and I think the Wild have to remember that it's going to take time, and I think they are on the right direction, and this is a very quick rebuild by Bill Guerin, but I think the Minnesota Wild have a very good hockey team. Their goals for last season was 5th in the National Hockey League, which is incredible. Their goals against was pretty solid as well, which was 18th, so the Wild are right there. They are a playoff team as of today. Maybe it helps with some of those teams in the Central not being very good. You could kind of feast on teams like Chicago and Arizona. But the real question is, where does everybody else fall? I would assume Minnesota is better than Nashville, better than Winnipeg. So I think Minnesota is a playoff team. It's a matter of can they get past some of the bigger boys in that conference. For example, the defending Stanley Cup champion, Colorado Avalanche, the St. Louis Blues, who they struggled with in the first round and ultimately lost to. So let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again next time.